What if the future of warfare isn't fought by soldiers on the battlefield, but by algorithms and artificial intelligence systems? What happens when we replace human judgment with machine learning algorithms? When life and death decisions are made by lines of code? Imagine a world where AI systems like the Gospel or Lavender are used to predict potential threats and targets. A world where these systems are not just confined to the battlefield, but are also used in everyday law enforcement, predicting which children might commit a crime or be part of a gang. Sounds efficient, right? But what happens when these systems make a mistake? What happens when they don't? The truth is, these AI systems are built and trained on flawed data. An investigation by Plus 972 magazine revealed that the training data used included non-combatant employees of Gaza's Hamas government. This meant that the targeting system flagged individuals with communication or behavioral patterns similar to those of known Hamas militants, including police and civil defense workers, militants' relatives, and even individuals who just had the same name as Hamas operatives. Despite a 10% error rate in identifying an individual's affiliation with Hamas, the system was given full authorization to produce kill lists as if it were a human decision. Soldiers reported not being required to thoroughly or independently check the accuracy of the system's outputs or its intelligence data sources. The only mandatory check before authorizing a bombing was to ensure that the marked target was male, which took about 20 seconds. The problem doesn't stop at the potential for error. Even if these systems were flawless, their use is fundamentally at odds with human rights and the inherent human dignity from which those rights derive. This is demonstrated by the use of AI targeting systems that work exactly as intended. Soldiers are pressured to produce more bombing targets each day and have allegedly used unguided missiles to target alleged junior militants in their homes. This, combined with the use of AI to calculate collateral damage, has resulted in the mass killing of Palestinians and a level of destruction not seen since World War II. So, what's the next step in our journey? We must turn our attention towards the role big tech in atrocity crimes. We've seen how surveillance infrastructure constructed during peaceful times can be swiftly repurposed in times of war, leading to egregious human rights violations. This forces us to the part played by major tech companies such as Google, Amazon Web Services, and Meta, in providing civilian technologies that can be converted for military use. Prominently, Google and Amazon's cloud computing and machine learning services supplied to Israel through Project Nimbus are under scrutiny. There are also implications that metadata from WhatsApp, owned by Meta, is being utilized to generate data for the Lavender targeting system. To uphold their obligations to human rights and persisting in offering these services to the Israeli government, these companies risk aiding or abetting the Israeli military and its alleged atrocities in Gaza. We must stand firm against the creation of mass surveillance infrastructure which can be exploited to produce bulk targets, calculate a reasonable number of civilian casualties, and ultimately renounce human accountability for life and death decisions. We reaffirm our plea to all governments to prohibit AI applications that conflict human rights, including predictive policing, biometric mass surveillance, and target generation systems like Lavender. The systems employed by Israel in Gaza, combined with the government's enduring and ever-expanding mass surveillance lab, paint a picture of a more dystopian future that we cannot and must not allow to become a reality. Stand against big tech's complicity in atrocity crimes. Educate yourself on the subject. Participate in the dialogue. Demand a change. Because in a world where machines make life and death decisions, we cannot afford to stay silent.